I will ask the question that I think is a fair question to ask. Who raised these people?
Yeah.
Because they were not raised by anybody in my neighborhoods that I grew up, any middle-class neighborhoods that I grew up in. These people were not there. They were not raised. I mean, they weren't in the classes I went to growing up in elementary or middle or high school or college. They just weren't there. That wasn't the America I grew up in.
That's NBC host and lunatic liberal Joe Scarborough sounding like a bitter clinger as it dawns on him that Donald Trump might just win the election. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and MSNBC sure seems to be having a normal one in the aftermath of Harris's defeat. And it all began with political hacks like Scarborough and his wife doing what they do best, dehumanizing and insulting people voting for a candidate they don't like.
Again,
laughing at the Puerto Rican
other
joke.
things, laughing at the Puerto Rican joke.
My God.
That Puerto Ricans are a pile of trash, are laughing at a 82, 83-year-old man being bludgeoned nearly to death. That's an applause line. That's a laugh line. Again, who are these people? Where are they coming from, and who raised them, and how did Donald Trump twist their point of view so much in 9 years that the brutalization of an 83-year-old man is something to laugh about, or the shooting of press members is an applause line?
My friend, the legendary photographer at the AP, Evan Vucci, who's traveling with the Trump campaign here, says that as each rally goes on, particularly last night in Georgia, the threats from the crowd to the press, they're there in the arena, only growing. They're really concerned there about the security situation. And that's,
you know, call me crazy, but I imagine that those threats were really just people telling them they suck, which is arguably their own fault. I mean, what do you expect when you do nothing but lie and insult people 24 hours a day for the past 20 years? Now, you might think that after suffering a humiliating loss like that, the NPC puppets at MSNBC would change their strategy a bit, but that clearly wasn't the case. They immediately doubled down and returned to their original playbook.
I just say really quickly, too, Democrats need to be mature, and they need to be honest. And they need to say, yes, there's misogyny. But it's not just misogyny from white men. Mm-hmm. It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right.
It's misogyny from black men, things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States. You know, the Democratic Party, I've always found when you're sitting around talking, they love to just sort of balkanize everybody into these separate groups and say, oh, white people don't like women and black people. No, it is time for the Democrats to say, okay, and you and I have talked about this before, a lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
Right.
A lot
and
of,
with other Hispanics. You got some that don't like each other. And some of the most misogynist things I've heard going on this Get Out the Vote tour came from black men. I mean, misogynist things. So you're absolutely right. It's not simplistic. And we've got to have real honest conversations about it.
Real honest conversations.
I've got to tell you that I absolutely love this strategy from establishment media and Democrats. In fact, I hope they keep doing it until the next election, because last night was a powerful counterpunch to elites and their hysterical cat lady behavior of woke scolding people into voting for their crappy candidates. And no amount of aging celebrities, news media propagandists, or washed up politicians will change that. But let me know what you think. Will liberals ever change their tune, or are they going to stick to calling everyone they don't like bigoted until they have no base left to shame? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye.